In this video, we'll go through few real-world examples on how matrices is applied in the field of commerce, right? So before going through this video, you should have understood the concepts on matrix addition, matrix multiplication, and matrix method. You have descriptive problems where you can use matrix multiplication to solve these problems. So let's go through this example. There are two families, A and B. There are 2 men, 3 women, and 1 child in family A, and 1 man, 1 woman, and 2 children in family B. The recommended daily allowance of calories for men is 2400, 1900 for women, and for children it's 1800. Represent the above data in matrix form. Let's represent each of these values in matrix. So now there are 2 families, A and B. So let's say family A, family B. These be 2 rows. Now there are men, women, and child. So this is another kind. Men, woman, child. Right? We can put this as columns. This is family A and family B. So now let's put the numbers. There are 2 men, 3 women, and 1 child in family A. And in family B, there is 1 man, 1 woman, and 2 children. So we have formed one matrix. Let's call this matrix, let's give it some name, say X. Now let's find another matrix where they've told daily allowance of calories for men, women, and children have been given. So another matrix is, say Y, we'll have to get the daily calories for men, women, child. Now we'll put men, women, and child as columns here. Here we put men, women, child as rows. Let's make the same thing as columns. So daily calories for men is 2400, for women is 1900, and for children it's 1800. So this is how we'll have to represent in matrix form. You've got men, women, child in column representation here. We'll put that in row representation here. So let's go through another example where Ramesh buys 3 kg of dal, rice, oil. If the cost of each is rupees 35, 20, and 75 respectively per kg, find the total cost by matrix algebra operations or using matrix method. Right? Now we'll first represent this problem in a matrix form. See, we'll have to find the total cost, which means you need to have 2 matrices, right? Only if you multiply 2 matrices, you can get the total cost. So basically there has to be 2 matrices. So let's take matrix A. So let's put the kinds of products here. We have dal, rice, and oil, right? Let's put dal, rice, and oil in one matrix, right? And the quantity is 3 kgs of dal, 2 kgs of rice, and 5 kgs of oil. So matrix A is done. Let's take the next matrix, which is nothing but the price of each variety, right? Now price of each variety. So dal, rice, and oil is in a column form here. So now we'll put the same thing in row form. We'll put dal here, rice here, and oil here. And let's put the cost. Cost of dal is 35, cost of rice is 20, and cost of oil is 75. So we have 2 matrices. Now to find the total cost, you have to multiply the quantity. This is the quantity, right? This is A represents quantity matrix and B represents price matrix. If you multiply quantity and price, then you'll get the total cost. So therefore, total cost is equal to price into quantity of the products, right? So let's multiply the matrices. So let's take these 2 matrices quantity. Let's take quantity first. 3, 2, 5 into price. Price is 35, 20, 75, right? So now this is dal, rice, oil, right? And this is quantity for dal, rice, and oil. Now let's arrive at the order. This is 1 row and 3 columns. This is 3 rows and 1 column. So the order of the final matrix would be 1 by 1. It's going to be 1 by 1. You take the row count of this, and column count of this matrix. So it's going to be 1 by 1. So basically you'll have only 1 element in the matrix. So 3 into 35. 3 into 35 plus 2 into 20 plus 5 into 75. So this is that one single element. So this is going to be 105, 40, 375. Now let's total this up. We'll get 520. Therefore, total cost is rupees 520. This is the total cost. So let's take another example. In a legislative assembly election, a political party hired a public relations firm to promote its candidate in 3 ways: telephone, house calls, and letters. The cost per contact in paise is given in matrix. So they've given matrix, right? Matrix A is cost per contact. So you have 3 ways of communication: telephone, house calls, and letters. And there is another matrix B where it tells number of contacts made in two cities using these modes of communication, right? Number of contacts made in two cities X and Y using these three modes of communication. So basically 1000 contacts have been communicated using telephone, 500 contacts using house call, 5000 contacts using letters in the city X. Similarly in city Y, 3000 contacts via telephone, 1000 contacts via house call, 10,000 contacts via letters in city Y. Now we'll have to find the total amount spent by the group, that is total amount spent by the public relations firm in two cities X and Y. That means you'll have to multiply these two matrices. So see one thing here, notice telephone, house calls and letters are in row format and here it is in the column format. So always if one kind of parameter is in row format, in the other matrix it should be in the column format. Now let's multiply these two matrices to get the total amount spent by the group in cities X and Y. Now we need to first arrive at the order, right? So order for this matrix is 3 rows and 1 column. Order for this matrix is 2 rows and 3 columns. So now what is the final order? Now before checking the final order, we'll have to check if we can multiply the matrices at all, right? This is one check we will always have to do, because the condition states that the column count of first matrix and the row count of second matrix should be same. Only then you can proceed with matrix multiplication. Here you see that this is 1 and this is 2. So you cannot multiply the matrices here. The condition is failing. So now let's try to reverse. Whenever you see some situation like this, reverse it. Instead of making it as A into B, make it as B into A. Order for B is 2 by 3 and order for A is 3 by 1. Now let's see if the condition is met. Column count of this and row count of this is same. So that means we can proceed with matrix multiplication. Now let's find the final order. What is the final order? Order would be row count of this and column count of this. So it would be 2 by 1. So it should be 2 by 1, right? Once you multiply, you should have 2 by 1 matrix. So basically 2 rows and 1 column. So do not forget, always remember to do this 2 checks. Let's multiply B into A now. So let's take this particular row and multiply with this column. So we'll get 1000 into 40, which is 40,000, plus 500 into 100, which is 50,000, 5,000 into 50, which is 25, 2,50,000. We'll go to the second row, right, and this column. So 3,000 into 40. 3,000 into 40 is 12, 3, 4 zeros. Then 1,000 into 100, 1,000 and 2 zeros. 10,000 into 50. So 50 and 4 zeros. Now let's total it up. So we'll get total as 3,40,000. And then for this one we'll have 7,20,000. Remember one thing, this is in paise. All this is given in paise, right? And this is for city X and city Y, because what does 1 represent? 1 represents the column of second matrix. What is the column of second matrix? What does this represent? This represents cost in paise. And 2 is rows of first matrix. That is rows. What does rows represent? It represents cities X and Y. So that's why this row represents X, this row represents Y, and this column represents cost. Since this is in paise, let's convert this into rupees. So if you convert it into rupees, you're going to divide it by 100. So it's going to be divided by 100, which is 3,400 rupees, and this is going to be 7,200 rupees. So this is X and Y. Therefore, total amount spent in city X is rupees 3,400. Same thing in city Y is equal to rupees 7,200. Let's take another example. Two farmers, Ram Kishan and Gurucharan Singh, cultivates 3 varieties of rice, namely Basmati, Parmal and Naura. The sale of these varieties of rice by both the farmers in the month of September and October are given by the following matrices A and B. See, from this example, the matrix, we know that there will be 2 matrices, right? One is for September sales and one is for October sales. And then we have 2 farmers, Ram Kishan and Gurucharan. So we can tell Ram Kishan and Gurucharan, let's put them as rows, right? Row 1 and row 2. Now, in the columns, we have 3 varieties of rice. So we'll put it as Basmati, Parmal and Naura. So these are the 3 varieties of rice. So 3 columns. We'll put this as 3 columns. And the farmers, 2 farmers as rows. Now let's put the sale value in the matrix, right? So they have given the sale value as for September, and this is for September. So they've given the sale value as, say, 10,000, 20,000, 30,000, 50,000, 30,000, 10,000. Similarly, we have it for October also. So now we have two matrices. Let's call this as matrix A and this is matrix B. One is for September sales and one is for October sales. What are we supposed to find? The first one is find the combined sales in September and October. Combined sales. So when you say combined sales, it's addition. Add sales of September and October. So what we will have to do, matrix A is September sales. Matrix B is October sales, right? So we'll add A plus B. So combined, that is the first one, combined sales of September and October is nothing but A plus B. So we add these two matrices. A plus B is add this. So element by element, corresponding elements. So take this element, add with this. Take this element, add with this element with this, fourth one with this, like this, right? So we're going to get 10,000 plus 5,000, which is 15,000. Then 20,000 plus 10,000, which is 30,000. 30,000 plus 6,000, 36,000. 50,000 plus 20,000, 70,000. 30 plus 10, 40,000. 10,000 and 10,000, which is 20,000. So we've got the first answer, that is combined sales of September and October. The second one is find the decrease. Find the decrease in sales from September to October. Decrease in sales. That means you have to find the difference. Difference in the sales from September to October. So it is subtraction. So second one is going to be decrease. From, remember this keyword from September to October. From September means the first matrix is September sales. First matrix is September matrix. So September is A, October is B. Since it's from September, so A is going to be the first matrix. So it's going to be A minus B. If it was from October to September, say for example, if it was from October to September, then it will be October matrix, which is B. B minus A, because it's from October. So this from is the keyword for knowing which is the first matrix, right? So now we'll have to find from September to October, which is A minus B. So what is matrix A? So we'll have to subtract this and this. 10,000 minus 5,000. So we're going to get A minus B is equal to 10,000 minus 5,000, which is 5,000. And 20,000 minus 10,000 is 10,000. 30,000 minus 6,000 is 24,000. So we have 10,000 and 24,000. Then 50,000 minus 20,000 is 30,000. We'll write 30,000 here. 30,000 minus 10,000, 20,000. And the last one is 10,000 minus 10,000, which is 0. So this is the answer for the second question, that is to find the decrease in sales from September to October. So this is for farmer Ram Kishan and Guru Charan. And this is for rice, Basmati, Permal and Nora. Let's take another example. The bookshop of a particular school has 10 dozen chemistry books, 8 dozen physics books, 10 dozen economics books, and their selling prices are given to be 80, 60 and 40 each. Find the total amount the bookshop will receive from selling all the books using matrix algebra. So first, number of chemistry books is 10 dozen, physics books is 8 dozen, economics books is 10 dozen. So you're going to get 120, 960 and 120 as the list of books, book count, right? So let's represent this in the form of matrix. So it's going to be, let's call this as matrix A. It's going to be 120, 960 and 120. This is for physics, chemistry, physics and economics books, right? This is matrix A. Then the other matrix is 80, 60 and 40. Selling price is equal to selling price for each of these books is 80, 60, 40. This is chemistry, physics, economics, right? In this order. Let's call this as matrix B. Now if you have to find the total amount, then you have to multiply the number of books with its selling price. This is the number of books that they have in the shop. So they have to find the selling price, right? Total amount. So total amount would be A into B. So that's going to be 120, 960, 120 into 80, 60, 40. So these two matrices we have to multiply. So we'll get A into B is equal to the order. What is the order? This is 1 by 3 and this is 3 by 1. So final order is going to be 1 by 1. 120 into 80 is 9600 plus 960 into 6 is 5760 plus 120 into 40 is 4800. The total we are going to get as rupees 20,160. This is the total when you add up all this. So this is the total amount. So with this, we've come to the end of Matrices and Determinants chapter. Hope this was helpful. Thanks for watching.